Edward. Edward. What? Somebody help! Help somebody! Get an ambulance, man. What happened? Move! Come on!
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Oh, tell you, Robert, I could do this forever.
Oh, what's that, love?
Shop in New York City. Just give me an open charge account and set me loose. It's my idea of heaven.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, you look a million miles away.
Well, I'm just thinking, really.
About Dr. Campbell?
Indirectly.
Oh, I don't understand.
I'm curious about something. Was Grant Putnam in Port Charles the night Campbell disappeared?
I don't know. Why?
I'm just wondering whether he may not have been in New York City.
Come on, stop breathing. Come on. Come on. Okay, just what's taking him? What's taking him, man?
The dispatcher said he'd send an ambulance right away.
Shouldn't be lying out here.
Is he gonna make it?
I don't know. I think he started breathing. I think he's had a heart attack.
You know the guy?
It's my father. Come on. Just breathe. Come on, man. Don't you give up on me. You hear me? You're gonna be fine. You hear me? Here they are. Here they are. The ambulance is here. Just hold on. Just a little bit longer, okay? Just a little bit longer. Don't quit on me. You hear me? I'll be just fine. Don't you die on me.
One thing's for certain. Whoever went after Campbell knows Port Charles and me.
Apparently. But what's the connection? Who back home is linked to both of you?
The one person in Port Charles who was in contact with me and Campbell was Grant Putnam.
You really think he's a suspect?
It's a possibility.
But an unlikely one.
Well, I know it's a long shot, but let's face it. I mean, this case is hardly top-heavy in clues.
but Grant Putnam.
It's the only link between the both of us.
Don't you think you're putting a little too much weight on the note that was found with Dr. Campbell's tape recorder?
Well, it's all I have to go on, love.
Yet maybe it was meant to put you off track.
At this point, I'm not on any track at all. I mean, even a false one's better than nothing. I mean, at least it's a place to start.
The note implied that you stopped whoever this person is from getting at Dr. Campbell, right?
Right.
When were you around to do that?
I've not the slightest idea.
Was there any such incident with Grant Putnam?
None that I can remember.
I don't know, Robert. What would Grant Putnam have to gain by killing Dr. Campbell if he really is dead?
I don't know, love. I don't have any answers. I'm sitting here trying to pull together a few pieces and nothing fits.
And Grant Putnam really did seem genuinely upset when he found out that Dr. Campbell was missing.
Seems so to me.
Why would he risk everything to get rid of his former psychiatrist?
I'm not saying he did. I'm just examining all the possibilities, even the unlikely ones.
Seems to me you're heading for a dead alley.
I'm not going to know that till I start to troop down it, am I?
What about the psychotic patient theory, where somebody, we don't know who it is, follows him to Port Charles and tries to do him in?
Yeah, well, the one patient we had didn't kind of pan out, so that remains just a theory. What we're left with is a rather shaky relationship between Putnam, Campbell, and yours truly.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to find out if Grant Putnam was in Port Charles the night that Campbell went to New York City.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to question him again.
I intend to.
Does that mean we have to go back to Port Charles?
You ready for that?
No. I'd be quite happy to stay here another month.
Well, I'm sorry I can't. However, I guess we can stretch it a few more days.
Oh, good. I thought you would be anxious to go back and talk to Grant Putnam.
Well, I am, but I've also got to get a line on Ginny Blake. Huh?
Oh, should have known there was more business.
Come on, love, that's the reason we're here, remember?
Speak for yourself.
Look, come on. I knew it was going to be like this.
Yeah, I suppose, but I did think I might just bump into you occasionally. I mean, if it weren't for the fact that we were staying in the same room, I don't think I'd see you at all.
Has it been that bad?
Oh, I've quite enjoyed the trip, but I would like to see more of you.
I mean, bedtime and breakfast isn't good enough.
So I'm selfish.
I guess I have been a little unavailable of late.
Would I have spent all my time shopping if you weren't?
What do you suppose I should do about that?
I think you should allocate a lot more of your time for me.
How does tonight sound?
You mean it?
Get yourself all dressed up and find out.
So what should I look forward to?
Well, let's do the town. I think an early dinner, then theater. How does that sound?
That sounds fantastic.
Good. Then that's the game plan. You get dressed, and while you're doing that, I shall check out one Ginny Blake.
How?
Well, I know where she lives. I'll just go around there and see what turns up.
Oh, who turns up?
That too.
When will you be back?
In plenty of time to get dressed for dinner.
How do you know she hasn't moved away?
Well, I don't.
Well, if she has, you could always speak to the manager, especially if he lives there. You know, he might be able to give you a few leads or something.
Good idea.
Oh, but be very careful you don't give yourself away, okay? You know, pose as a friend. Don't go in as the police. They'll never talk to you.
I remember that.
Maybe I should go with you.
You just can't get enough of the old detective work, can you, eh?
I wouldn't know. You didn't never give me the chance
See
to
you
find
later.
out. Oh, Sherlock,
Holly, look, I really have to go.
without your gloves?
No, I guess not.
Some detective you'd make, you don't even know it's snowing outside.
My leg is so bad. Just hang with me. Come on. Don't let go. Please don't let go. Come on. I got you. Come on. I got you.
Has anyone notified Alan and Monica?
Not as far as I know.
Better see if you can reach them.
Where?
Try the house. They were supposed to go out of town, but maybe they haven't left yet.
Oh, that's right. They were taking Lila down to Palm Beach on a vacation, weren't they?
How long were they planning to stay?
I haven't any idea.
Well, somehow we've got to contact them. Maybe Stella can leave a message for them. Oh, Doctor, hold it a minute.
Quartermain residence.
Stella?
No, this is Adele. Stella's taking the week off.
Oh, Adele, this is Jessie Brewer, General Hospital.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Brewer.
Are Alan and Monica still there?
Oh, I'm sorry. They left some time ago.
I was afraid of that.
Oh, they're flying Mrs. Quartermain down to Palm Beach.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, can't I have one of them call you when they get back?
Do you know when that might be?
Oh, not exactly. They were planning on spending a few days down there with Mrs. Quartermain. Is anything wrong?
Yes.
Oh, dear. I can try to get a message through to them.
Well, I think maybe you'd better. I'm afraid it's not very pleasant news.
Oh, what is it?
Edward Quartermain has suffered a heart attack.
Oh, dear Lord.
It happened just a little while ago.
Oh, is he still...
I don't know any details.
Oh, this is terrible.
They're bringing him in now.
Oh, does Jimmy Lee know?
Jimmy Lee found him.
Oh, the poor man.
Look, will you get in touch with Alan and Monica right away?
Of course, but I can't say for sure when they'll get the message.
Why not?
Well, I'll have to leave word for them at the house. I can't be certain when they'll arrive there.
Well, keep trying until you reach them, will you, please?
Yes, I will. Goodbye.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Any luck?
Alan and Monica had left.
Can they be reached?
I don't know. Adele is taking Stella's place. Stella's on vacation for a week. Adele is going to leave word for them to call the minute they get to the Palm Beach house.
I just hope we have better news for them before they call back.
Steve, how bad is it? Do you know?
Not yet, but we'll find out soon enough. Rick's already down in emergency. For the moment, Jesse, all we can do is pray.
Oh, my ankle. Which ankle? The right one. Don't move it. Don't move it. You may have busted it in a fall. You stay right here. You warm enough? Yeah. Okay. Just stay right here. Just hang with us. Get back. I've got to get out of here. I'm going to go down and get the ski patrol. Please, hurry. You're all right. Just hang with it. Just hang on. I'm going to be back before you know it. Try not to think about it. Try to relax. Stay warm. Keep that jacket over you. It's not going to take me long to get to the bottom of the hill. Just relax. Hang on. Hang on. I'm going for help.
Is it as bad as I think it is?
Steve, it's not good.
What's your opinion?
Could go either way. Massive heart attack. What happens from here on in is purely speculation.
Yes, it seems that way, doesn't it?
If it hadn't been for Jimmy Lee, if he hadn't thought so quickly and his knowledge of CPR, Edward wouldn't be here.
Let's just hope it was enough.
But Jimmy Lee did his part. Now it's up to us.
Oh, he's waiting in the lobby right now.
Why don't you tell him to come on up? He might feel a lot better if he's close to Edward and see what we're doing.
Good idea. I'll go tell him.
Why won't they tell me anything?
They will as soon as they know his condition.
Something's happened. I just know it.
Jimmy Lee, please, try to stop worrying.
Might as well stop breathing.
Jimmy Lee.
Yeah, Doctor. see him?
I just left him.
Well, how is he?
Well, he's still alive.
Still, what do you mean still?
He's doing as well as can be expected.
Dr. Hardy, is he gonna make it?
We don't know yet.
What are his chances?
Well, that's impossible to say. There's so many factors involved. After all, this is Edward's second heart attack.
Dr. Hardy, is my father gonna live or isn't he?
It's 50-50.
Just can't die.
Nurse Lana, report to X-ray.
Just
Nurse Lana,
can't die.
report to X-ray.
Jimmy Lee. Edward's a tough old bird. If anybody can lick this, he can.
It just came out of the blue. 1 second he was in the trailer yelling and screaming at everybody. And the next minute he's down in the snow like a broken doll.
These things can happen all of a sudden.
You're telling me. He seems so healthy.
Yeah, I thought so, too.
You saw him?
Yeah, we had a board meeting this morning. He was his same usual self. There wasn't the slightest hint of any suffering of pain.
Well, that's exactly the way he was in the trailer. He lit into Lorena. I mean, he was spitting fire. They were arguing about some business venture. There was no hint. There was no sign that he was... There was no sign that he was going to have a heart attack.
Edward was upset when he left you?
Yeah, he was, but he's like that all the time. He considers the whole day lost if he can't get upset.
Well, how long was he with you in the trailer?
Not long, but I didn't notice anything. I've seen him upset like that 1,000 times.
Well, with a little luck, you'll be able to see Edward that way a few thousand more times.
Yeah. I'm just glad I followed him outside. I'll never be able to forgive myself. Can I see him?
Rick said you could join him in CICU if you wanted.
Yeah, I do. I'm not going anywhere till I know he's out of danger.
I'll walk you back there.
Let me call Adele and see if she knows anything about it, if she talked to Alan or Monica.
Oh, good idea. Jessie said she told her about the heart attack, but that's all she said. Use that phone.
Thank you.
So I came whipping over the hill, thank you. And I saw this crevasse with somebody headed right for it. I couldn't believe it when he went over the edge. I skied over myself, I looked down, and I saw this man clinging to the side, dangling over a gaping hole in the earth. I reached down to grab him, and I realized who it was, Grant Putnam.
He did say that he was going to take a long weekend when I saw him at the travel agency.
Maybe he's following us.
Why would he want to do that?
You tell me.
Grant, there have been ads in the newspapers for weeks now. This is supposed to be one of the best resorts in the area.
I'd think it was the only resort.
Grant Putnam is an excellent skier. There are several advanced runs at Mount Alpine.
Including Killer Run, which almost did kill him.
If you hadn't been skiing on the same slope, it would have.
Strikes me as rather a coincidence, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is sort of unlikely.
More like impossible?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Does make you wonder, though, doesn't it?
Of all the people to fall into the crevasse, and of all people to rescue him, it's almost like deja vu.
Almost like it wasn't an accident at all.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure. Just that this whole thing is a little too reminiscent of something else that happened long ago.
Grant and his brother.
Exactly.
How do you think he came to fall into that crevasse?
I don't think he ever saw it. All of the warning flags have been knocked down. I was headed for it myself when I saw him fall in.
Who would do such a thing?
I don't know. But the real point is, Grant Putnam almost died because those flags had been knocked down somehow.
Do you think that it was some crazy skier's idea of a joke?
If it was, I know one man who isn't laughing. And he's got a broken ankle to show for all his troubles.
Feel all right?
It's felt better, but considering the circumstances, yes.
You're a lucky man, Mr. Putnam.
And don't I know it? I could have taken some fall.
And if that hadn't killed you, you could very well have frozen to death in this weather.
Mm.
You were taking the last run of the day. If you had stayed out there all night, there's no telling what kind of condition you'd be in tomorrow morning.
Well, I suppose they don't call it Killer Run for nothing, do they?
You're not the first skier to find out the hard way. Next time, you'll have to be more careful.
Well, next time, those warning flags better not be down. Tell me, what happened to them anyway?
It's hard to say. They could have been knocked over by a skier.
All of them?
You wouldn't believe the beginners who try to tackle that run. They're so out of control. They're a danger not only to themselves, but to every other unfortunate skier who happened to be up there with them.
That's incredibly stupid. Don't they realize that they could hurt someone?
They do, all the time. But those warning flags could have been blown over by the wind.
There ought to be somebody to check on things like that.
You can bet the ski patrol will from now on.
For all the good that's going to do me.
Yeah, I don't expect you'll be making it up on skis again this season.
I may give up the sport altogether.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Thank you, Doctor, but one crevasse is more than enough for me.
That run has certainly taken its toll of skiers.
Yes, you can now add me to the list. Listen, do you think that I could speak to Grant? After you're through with me, of course.
I suppose so.
Good. I'd like to thank him. I owe that man my life.